Okay guys, so today I'm going to be showing you my favorite recipe for soft sugar cookies. So you're going to need flour, baking soda, vanilla or vanilla extract. You're going to need salt, nutmeg, baking powder, sugar, 1 egg, a big bowl, a measuring cup that's big enough to hold 4 cups, sour cream, which I almost forgot, and I forgot to show you 2 sticks of butter. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to need 4 cups of flour. So that's why you're going to need a measuring cup that's big enough for 4 cups. And this is just all-purpose flour. Then you're going to need 1 teaspoon of baking powder after you put the flour in a big bowl. And you're going to need a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and you're going to mix this together with the baking powder and the flour in a large bowl. Then you're also going to need a half a teaspoon of salt, which you're going to mix in this big bowl, and a 4th teaspoon of ground nutmeg, which you're also going to mix in this big bowl. And then you could just take a whisk or a fork or whatever you have handy and just mix it all together real good. So now what you're going to do, you're going to need 2 sticks of butter or 1 cup of butter softened. So I like to do this in the microwave, or you can leave it out at room temperature all day. So I just put it in the microwave usually for 15 seconds, and if it's not soft by that time, put it in for another 15 seconds. Usually it feels soft to the touch, so you know that it's done. So I put this in my KitchenAid, the 2 sticks of butter, and I also put 1.5 cups of white sugar, which I'm doing now. And then when I am done with that, I will put a half a cup of sour cream with the butter and the sugar. So first I'll cream together the butter and the sugar until it looks smooth, and then I will start adding in the sour cream. I'll add in 1 egg, and I'll add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm just getting the sour cream ready. You're going to need a half a cup of sour cream. It's a little hard to measure out, but I just did the best I could. And then as soon as the butter and the sugar is done mixing, I added in the sour cream. I added in the 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then I just cracked the egg on the side. And I just put this on stir. Excuse my mom getting home right there and interrupting, but I just put it on stir. I didn't put it too fast. It doesn't take too long because it's just a couple things. So I just let it smooth out. And while I was doing that, I was also mixing the dry ingredients. And then you have to add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. So I was slowly doing that. I did a little bit at a time, and I was mixing it in between on stir. Be careful not to put it on too high because it will explode with the flour. And I also was taking a rubber spatula and just getting the sides down so it was mixing real well and getting in the mixer blade. So it'll look like that once it's all well blended. And then the dough is formed after that, so I would just take the dough out, make sure you get it all out of the mixer bowl, and really smush it together into a ball. Make sure it sticks real nice. And I just put plastic wrap down so I can wrap it, because this you're actually going to put in the freezer or the fridge overnight, whichever you prefer. The freezer if you're not going to use it for a couple days, but the fridge if you're going to make it the next day. And that's actually going to make, when you're rolling it out the next morning and you're making shapes, it's going to make the shapes stick really nicely and cook at that size, so they don't grow as they're in the oven. So I just wrapped it real nice in plastic wrap, and I'm going to put it in the freezer. So the next day, when you're ready to finally cook the cookies, I rolled the dough out nice and flat, about 1/4 of an inch thick, and I started to make circles with the palm of my hand. And I cooked this at 375 for 8 to 10 minutes. I did 8 minutes because we like our cookies soft, but if you like them crispier, you could do 10 minutes. They came out looking like this. They were nice and golden on the bottom, but still cooked and soft in the middle. Now, when you're done rolling out the dough, it makes 36 cookies. I chose not to make that many because it would have been way too many for us. I just made about 3 cookie sheets, and the rest of the dough I rolled back into a ball, and I'm going to roll it back in the plastic wrap and freeze it for later dates. And now it is time to clean up. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video.